Good evening. I've forced myself to come out. It's been a bit of a struggle lately, just getting out of the house and going somewhere, which is death to a landscape photographer. But I'm afraid depression or laziness, I don't know what it is. I love it when I come out, but I've really got to motivate myself to do it. And well, what better place to come than a woodland? Now you can probably hear cars, literally the road just there, and there's traffic. It's traffic. So I haven't come far, is really what I'm saying here. Yeah, literally parked up there, just walked up that track there, and I don't know what made me see it. I really don't know what made me see it. But just right here, there's a spider's web. And Lord knows how the hell he did it, because it's from some twigs up here with what looks like a couple of tiny strands to another twig, which is acting as some kind of suspension bridge brace to it, right the way over to another tree over here. Wow, clever little sod. But anyway, I have brought my macro lens with me, so I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. So set the lens to a 1:1 ratio. It's in manual focus, and I'm just going to try and get this little critter here. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is difficult because of course I'm moving, he's moving. Well, he's not moving, but the web's moving. Oh, nearly. I do not know what these are going to be like. It's just bouncing everywhere. I've got it on silent shutter, fast. Fast. What's the called? Fast. I don't even know what. Fast recycle. No, it's not recycle. It's fast retake. Oh, Jesus, I'll get the words at some point. Anyway, let's see whether we can get him. It's one of those times where perhaps I should use a tripod for this, to remove at least some of the movement, because if the camera's not moving but the web remains moving, at least I stand more of a chance. I do not think this is going to work. And over 272 frames, I barely got one sharp. Please take a minute to nudge that like button, it really helps the channel. Thank you. There's a lovely subdued light in here tonight. It's getting on, it's just 6:10, so I've only got an hour and a half, 2 hours before sunset, and it's been an overcast day, so I probably really haven't got that long. And I don't know what I'm expecting to be able to shoot tonight, because light levels are, as I said, low. I have brought a couple of portable LED lights with me, so I can perhaps light a macro subject up. But beyond that, I don't know. I mean, these aren't ideal conditions to come to a woodland. But I was inspired by two videos I watched this week. One by Thomas Heaton, a fantastic photographer based in the northeast of England. I'll put a link to the video that I'm talking about down below. And he was reacting to a video by Simon Booth, a photographer from the Lancashire area, who was calling Thomas out for moaning about not wanting to be going out as a landscape photographer in summer. And I do know what he means, because light levels are only really generally good at the end of the day and the start of the day, so the extremities. And lose a bit of inspiration sometimes with it. But Simon was saying, just get out and stop moaning. Didn't quite say that, but that's what he meant. And he shot a fantastic, and I do mean fantastic, little composition he found of a bit of wood sorrel nestled in a bit of rotting wood, and the image is sublime. Again, link down below. I can't emphasize enough just how beautiful this image is, and it's inspired me to come out. Aren't they lovely noises? Perfect for a woodland, but literally I can still see the car, so I haven't come very far here. Hopefully as I dig a bit deeper in, we'll lose those noises, which are absolutely horrible. But let's see what else I can find. Follow me. Walking out of the deep wood there into a cleared area, not cleared but a clearing, lots of very nice ferns and everything, and straight in front of me there is this dead tree. I'm also very hot, I'm sweating a bit like Prince Andrew doesn't. This dead tree, very bright against the dark wood behind it, and I think there's a shot there. But I've scouted this a little bit already, and just down here there is a beautiful little mushroom, and this area here has got some kind of a little pondy area to it, so midges, not necessarily midges, but nice bitey little things are kind of everywhere, so yeah, it's going to be fun. But this mushroom I like the tree. I don't know that I'm going to get, I don't know whether I'm being bitten or whether it's just sweat running down me, or whether it's just the notion that I'm going to be bitten that's making me itch like crazy. I'm going to use a tripod for this because light is getting precious now, and well, I've got one, so I'm going to use it. It makes sense, makes it easier. I'm not going to get a one-to-one on this. I don't think the subject doesn't need a one-to-one. I want to get the whole thing rather than just a little bit of it. So I'm well away here. Go away. Midges, not mosquitoes, I should say. Oh, I've got a lot of light here, so I'm gonna push this down to 400 ISO for starters. I'm giving it an aperture of f11. I get quite a lot of it in focus at f11, which I don't want to go any further with this lens because we'll start getting diffraction. Now I could focus stack this as well. Let's give it a go without focus stacking first up. 1.3 seconds, f11. I'm going to tap the screen rather than use the shutter to ensure I just don't get any possible shake on it. And what's that like? I'm going to reposition here and probably get a better composition of this just by perhaps looking down on it. Oh, I think that's nicer. I do think that's nicer. Let's look at that. Now, because this was focus stacked, I missed the fact that there's a crop It is displayed on the screen, but I wasn't watching it enough, and hence I just haven't got the whole mushroom in, but it is a lot sharper. And I'm going to come back a little and get it more in its setting, and I'm going to see just what we might be able to get off of the light. I think I've got some good shots here. The proof, as always, will be when I get them onto a big screen. But now the question in a situation like this is, do I continue with this, or do I move on and find something else? Now it's getting very dark here, and I know the exposure on the camera doesn't show it, but it's now just gone, crikey, it's just gone 8 o'clock, so it's about sunset, it's about now. But just some ferns that are yellow, that just caught my eye. I'm going to cheat. Let's put that over there. Now that's nicer. Brings out the colour nicely as well. It's a slightly warm light. This technique of moving the light, because I'm on a silent shutter here and I'm shooting at probably 30 frames a second, so there's a lot here, so I get the opportunity of really doing some creative stuff just by moving that light around. And here's a selection of those shots. Now these have all got a very narrow depth of field because of the macro lens. This is a light from above, this slightly to above. I think the first one was from the top of the camera. This one will be handheld. Lovely amount of detail. They're not great photos, but they do illustrate a concept of taking some artificial light in and moving around and seeing what you can get. It's particularly interesting when you start to underlight the leaves. You can see where the light's coming from here, from the bottom left, and particularly like this one. It looks as though we're actually shooting the underside, but we're not. It's just the way it's lit. And here is that dead tree. I bet you thought we'd forgotten that one. It stands out really rather nicely against the dark background. Hope you've enjoyed this, got some ideas from it. Please click the like button and tune in again next week for the next one. Thanks a lot. Oh, and check out some of my other videos appearing over to right now.